Welcome to the DBMS class. In this session, we will be talking about views in DBMS. So we are aware that I have a database. In this database management system, we have database and databases are stored in form of tables. That was the basic concept. Now, view, we are going to call it as virtual table. View, we are going to call it as a virtual table, and it is going to make use of rows and columns of a real table. So this was the first scenario you should understand. So in the first scenario, we should understand there is a table called as student and there is a table called as a course. From student and from course, we can create a view. So from student or from a course table, we can create a view. So now view, we call it as a virtual table. So what were the rows in columns in student will go here, will go to the view. What are the different rows? What are the different columns in the view, in the student table or a course table? They are going to move into the view. This was the first condition we are going to take up. As far as view is going to concern, it can have all the columns of a table or specific, it can have all the rows of a table, or it is going to have some certain rows. Assume student number is there, student name is there, and mobile is there. So I can create view with only student number, or I can create a view with all the fields, with all the fields. Okay. If a student database is having 3 fields, with all the 3 fields I can create, or I can take only one field. It is up to my wish. So view, we can create it as a multiple tables. You can create it on a single table. We can take single row. We can take single row, or we are going to take up with the multiple rows, etc. Therefore, we are going to call this view as a virtual table. Fine. Why we are going to use a view? That is restricting the access. So what is the advantage of using a view is because we can restrict the data. Assume student number, student name, and mobile and email are there. I want to give you permissions only to access student number. I want to give permissions for you to only access the serial number. So in this case, I am going to restrict the database. Let us take an example, your ECAP example. So in ECAP, your 10th class marks will be there, your intermediate marks will be there, etc. You can modify only your email ID or you can modify only your mobile number. You can't update your name, you can't update your register number, you can't update your credentials. You can update only your mobile number and email in the ECAP. So we have restricted you to use only the certain things. So that is where a view is going to provide that option. Next one, hiding data complexity. You don't know whether the data has been taken up from a single table or you don't know whether the data has been taken from the multiple tables. So you don't know how much complexity it has made for a view to create. So that is what the second point, we are going to call it as hiding of data complexity. Next one, it is totally customized to the user. So user can have a easiness towards using a view. Next one, we can store complex queries. Complex in sense, if I take only one table, it is not complex. If I take 2 or 3 tables and build a SQL command, then it is going to be called as complex. Therefore, fourth one, storing of complex queries. Storing of complex queries. And next one was renaming of column. That is, assume I have given email ID. Next, I don't want it as email ID. I just want it as only an email. I just want it as only an email. So in this case, I can have a easiness towards modifying the column name. Next one was multiple view facility. So different users can access the database from different locations and everyone can have access to the view. So that is what we are going to call it as multiple view facility. So view advantages, we can restrict it to the users, we can hide the complexity, we can build complex queries, we can give a customized access to the user, multiple tables can be linked and people can work in parallel, that is multiple users can use simultaneously, and finally we can rename a clause. Fine. How can I create a view? That means I am going to have DDL commands that I can say data definition, I have a create command, I have a alter command, and I have a drop command. Assume I am going to have data manipulation command. So in data manipulation command, I am going to have select command or an insert command or an update command. I'm going to have, assume more number of commands are there, but for now time being I'm giving only 3 commands. Now what is the command for a view? How can I create a view? That means I can write a word called as create. I will write a word called as create table. Now I am going to say create view. Create table student name. Instead of writing like that, now I am going to write create view followed by view name. So instead of writing create table table name, now I am going to write it as create view view name. And then I am going to use a select command. This is really important. Now I am going to use a select command. So what is view here? View will borrow create from DDL. View will borrow select from DDL, DML. This is the most important thing. Up to now, we are separating DDL commands. We are separating DML commands. DML commands are separate. DDL commands are separate. But in view, we are mixing both the DDL commands and we are mixing both the DML commands. So we create a view with a view name, etc. Second thing, we are going to use a select command from table name with some conditions, that is from clause or whereby clause. So we are going to use a create from DDL command. We are going to use select from select command, and then we are going to build up the view. So now let us take 2 tables. Let us take 2 tables. That is table 1, we are going to call it as student data. Table 1, we are going to call it as student data. And the fields are student ID, name and address. The fields are student ID, name and address. So this is regarding student detail. This is regarding the student detail table. Next, I am going to have another table called as student marks. Next, I am going to have another table called as student marks. It is having fields called as student ID, name, marks and age. Assume there are 2 tables. First table is student detail, second table is student marks. Now, what is view and how view is going to be created? See this. Create view. Name of the view is detail view. Name of a view is detail view as select name comma address from student detail as name comma address from student detail where SID is less than where SID is less than 5. This was the condition. Okay. Now, student identifier whose ID is less than 5 only should come. Only should come. So, create a view. The view name, we are going to call it as view name. We are going to call it as detail view. That is, up to here, we are going to call it as DDL. Next, this part, we are going to use the DML. So, create view, view detail, we call it as DDL language. Next, from select name comma address from student detail, where student ID is less than 5, we are going to call it as DML command. So, both of them they are going to form. So, from student detail I am going to take up less than 5. What is less than 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. Except ROM. Except ROM, all the 4 records must come. Except ROM, all the 4 records must come. So, we can see Harish here, we can see Anish here, we can see Pratik and we can see Dhanraj. But we didn't find ROM here. Why we didn't find? Because SID is less than 5. Now, how we can display the view? I can display the view with a command called as select star from view name. View name. So, view name is nothing but the detail. View name is nothing but the detail. Therefore, this table has been displayed. Next one. Next one. Up to now, this example was creating on a single table. Creating on a single table. Now, let us look one more example. In this second example, we will use student detail table. We will use student detail table and we will use student marks table. We will use student detail table and we will merge student mark table. How we can do it? How we can do it means creating of a view from multiple tables. Creating of a table from multiple tables. Now we are taking 2 tables here. So, what is the name of a first table? Student detail. What is the name of a second table? Student marks. So, student detail table 1, student marks table 2. So, now create table marks view, that is view name. We call it as view name. So, this is what we call it as DDL command. Next, select from where etc. we have taken. We call it here as data manipulation language command. So, first part we created a view with a view name. Next part we are selecting student detail dot name, student detail dot address and student marks dot address. You should understand this. I will write again. So, this is student detail dot ID. This will come. If I write student detail dot name, this column will come. Okay. If I write student marks dot age, this column will come here. Student marks dot marks. If I write like this, marks will come. Okay. So, first one table name, next one column name. First one, this is table name and this one column name, right? That is how we have to understand here. Now, create table, create view name, select student details dot name, student details dot address and student marks dot marks. So we joined two tables now. We joined two tables. So student name and address, they come from student detail. Marks, it come from student marks. It comes from student marks. So this part is from one table, this part is from another table. Now we joined two tables here. We joined two tables here. Got it? So select student detail dot name, student detail dot address. They came here. Next one, student marks dot marks. So where is student marks dot marks? This is student marks dot marks. So this is the name of the table was student marks. So this student marks dot marks came here. So that is how we are going to use and select star from view name we created. Next one. We created a view. We applied crew on single table. We applied view on multiple table. Next one, how can we delete a view? How can we delete a view? Deleting a view will happen with drop view followed by view name. Drop view followed by view name. So example was so the view name was mark view here. Therefore we can say drop view followed by view name. View name is marks view. So this is name of a view. Drop view, they are going to be the reserved words. They are going to be the reserved words. Okay. Drop is a reserved word. View is a reserved word. Marks view I created or you created. So that is the user defined name. Next. To update a view, there are certain conditions. To update a view, there are certain conditions. What are the certain conditions? Select command is there. Select command is there. In select command, we have various clauses. In select command, we have various clauses. What are the various clauses? Where, from, having, group by, and order by. Okay, these are the different clauses of select command. So here what clauses you use? Just to verify here. I have used from clause. I have used where clause. So these are called as clauses. Okay. What are the other clauses? Other clauses are they can be where clause, from clause, having clause, group by clause, order by clause. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now what is the condition in updating a view? View should not have group by or order by. View should not have group by or order by. View can have where, view can have from, but view should not have order by or group. Next line. I want unique values. I want unique values. So assume 565, 565, 566, 566. Now I want unique. That means it is only 565 and 566. No duplicates. There should not be duplicates. That is called as distinct. So if I am going to use a distinct, there is no duplicate. If I am going to use a distinct, there is no duplicate. So no duplicate should happen. We have to use a clause called as unique. Example 565, 565, 566 and 566. It is repeating for 2 times. I take only once 565. 566 and 566. It is repeating for 2 times. I will take only one time. So taking that one time, I am going to call it as distinct, but view should not have, view should not have distinct. View should not have distinct. Similarly, view should not have not null. Not null means some data should be there. We should not encourage. So that is the third condition. Similarly, function calling another function, we call it as nested function. Is it correct? Yes or no? Yes. Function calling another function. Function calling or function inside another function, we call it as nested function. Similarly, query inside another query. Query inside another query, we call it as nested query. Query inside query, we call it as nested query. So nested queries should not be used in views. One more rule. Nested queries should not be used in views. Next line. View should be created from single table, and updates are not allowed if it is using multiple tables. If there are multiple tables, update operation should not be there. So these are the 5 rules. Rule number 1, no group by, no order by. Rule number 1, no distinct. Rule number 3, no not null. Rule number 4, no nested queries. Rule number 5, no multiple tables usage for update. If I want to update a table, I should not use multiple tables to update a view. Okay, these are the 5 conditions. No group by order by, no distinct, no not null, no nested queries. Yes. Sorry. Should have, sorry. I just, it should have a, it should have, there is a correction here. It should have all not null values. Yeah, it should have, I just told you in opposite way, it should have a all not null values. So allowed with a update over a view that can be taken up with from the multiple tables. Now, here is an example. How can I make an update operation? Here is an example. How can I make a update operation? See, create or replace. Now there is a change in the syntax. Now we should understand there is a change in the syntax. What was the change in the syntax? Create or replace view followed by view name. So create or replace view. So this is the change. We call it as some reserved words. We call it as reserved words. Next, marks view, that is user defined name. Marks view, view name. This is called as view name, and it is going to be a user defined word. As it is again reserved word. It is again reserved word. Now up to here you have seen DDL command. Up to here you are doing the DDL command. From here to here onwards we are going to use the DML commands. Okay. So select student detail name, student detail address, student marks and age. So these two, they will come from student detail. Next two, they will come from student marks. Okay. First two items, this is 1 and this is 2, they will come from student detail. 3 and 4, they will come from student marks. Okay. So where student name is equals to student detail name. So what is common attribute here? Common attribute was name. So I will just move to the previous slide for clear understanding of the table normalization. So in this aspect, name in the student detail is going to be a name or a reference key in the other table. Name in the student detail is going to be common, is going to be the reference key, between the table 1 and table 2. So that is why we made a relationship between multiple tables. So that is why we call it as name and name. Pardon? We didn't went for full-fledged normalization. This is an example. Okay, we didn't went for full-fledged normalization. To understanding only, I am taking this example. So that is how we went. Next one. How can we insert a row? So we have insert into table, followed by values like that. Now we are going to call it as insert into view. This was the change you should understand. Okay, earlier we used to write insert into table name. Now we are going to write it as insert into view with column names, whatever column names and values, value 1, 2 and 3. And now you can see insert into detail table, insert into detail view, value 1, value 2, we give Suresh and Gurgaon. So then we are going to fetch the data. How we are going to fetch the data? We get it select star from this item. So earlier it is Harish, Anish, Pratak and Dhanraj. Now we are going to add Suresh here. So we will just verify here. So this is the table. So we have only records 4, right? Harish, Pratik, Dhanraj and Ram. We are going to have only 4 records. Harish, Pratik, Dhanraj and Ram, we do have 4 records. But now what we are going to do is, we are going to make a insert operation. That is insert into view name, the columns, that is name and address. Name was Suresh, address was Gurgaon. Now we are going to insert the row here, new row. Insert the new row here. Next one. We talked about update. We talked about insert. Now we are going to talk about deleting of a row. Now we are going to talk about the deleting of a row. How we can delete it? So delete from is again a reserved word followed by view name. Delete from followed by view name. So delete from detail view where name is equals to Suresh. So just now we inserted Suresh here. Okay. Just now we inserted the value called as Suresh here. Now I am going to say delete from view name where name is equals to Suresh. That means whatever recent we are going to inserted, we are going to delete. So select, how can I fetch the table? I can say select a star from delete view. So obviously Suresh record was missing. Okay, the name we are going to use as a condition here. We are going to put a condition. So condition, we are going to put it here. Name is equals to Suresh. That was the condition. So where it is going to be a clause here. Where it is going to be a clause. Next one, how can I make a check operation, or how can we make a integrity constraint? How can we make a integrity constraint here? So integrity constraint is a constraint where we can use a check operation. So I can just show here where name is not null, where name is not null. Name should not be empty, right? So you pointed out this, right? The rule number, value should have all not null values. So now to put this condition into practice where name is not null, that means I am going to say insert into sample view SID value empty space. If I'm going to write like this, if I'm going to put empty space here, then this is going to be an error. If I'm going to put an empty space, it is going to be an error. The reason was is not null. Is not null, it is going to be a condition or it is going to be with the check option. It is going to be a condition with the check option we have to give it. So that means no empty space should be there. So we are going to make this condition. Now see here, insert into sample view value is 6. Insert into sample table value is 6. So when I am going to put value is equals to 6, obviously I am going to have a value. So this condition is going to be fine. So this was a overview towards a topic called as view here. So in today's discussion, we talked about view. View is going to be a virtual table and view can have rows and columns from a real table. Assume students and course, there are two real tables. From students, from courses, we can borrow the rows or we can borrow the columns. It need not be that all the rows should be borrowed. Whatever rows I need, if there are 10 rows, in my view, I need only 4 rows. Only those 4 rows only I can borrow. No need to borrow all the 10. So that was the thing here. And what are the different uses of a view was it is going to restrict the scope of a data access. Assume that in our ECAP, we have student number and student name. You cannot change student number and name. What you can change? You can change your mobile number, you can change your email. So giving you those two options freely for you, we are going to call it as restricting. Similarly, you don't know how the query was executed. You don't know the complexity of a query. So that is where we are going to hide the complexity of a query. Next one, user should have a good easiness towards typing the commands of a thing. So we should have a simplified commands to create a view. Similarly, large complex queries can be there. That is, we can manufacture views not only from a single table, we can go ahead. Next one, we can rename the column. Assume the column name was email ID. I can rename the column to email. Similarly, view can support not to a single computer. It can be from multiple computers. So parallel processing can happen to a view. So how can I create a view? You can use a syntax called as create followed by view name, view as a result word and followed by view name, and thereby it uses both DDL commands and it is going to use DML commands in creating a view. Next one, what are the things we can do when creating a view was view can be created for a single table. View can be created for a multiple table. View can be created for a single table and for a multiple tables. Next one, what are the different operations on a view we can create? First operation, we can delete a view. That is how I can delete drop followed by view followed by the view name. So that is how we can drop. Next one, what are the other operations we can do on a view? The other operations will be updating a view. Next one, uh, inserting a view, and next one was deleting a view, and finally putting a integrity constraint over a view. So insert operation, delete operation, drop operation, update operation. So these are the different operations what we can make up on a view. Yeah. So this is for the view topic. After view, now we will be talking about relational algebra. So for simplicity, I will just end the class and I will rejoin it.